Hello everybody, it's Jenny McGarvey and I'm going to share with you how I planned in my Happy Planner that I use as a memory planner. As you can see there, I have last week I used the Scraptastic Club, This Life Noted, and Plan On It kits, and I am going to be doing the same thing this week. I'm just doing a really quick video. It's fast forwarded quite a bit just because I want to get through this and share with you and not focus too much on the tiny things. I love stamping, and as you can see, I'm going to use a Scraptastic Club label stamp right there to notate an event. I'm using a VersaFine black ink. I really love using VersaFine. It's perfect for what I have to stamp. It's easy to use, it captures details, and it is awesome. As you can see, I am collecting a couple of cards that I know that I want to use in my pocket pages. And the reason I'm doing that right then is so that I can pick the colors. It'll help me with ink choices and also with stickers and things like that for the actual planning part of that, but I kind of needed to know where I wanted to go color-wise. Now I'm going to use a bunch of little hexagon stickers clustered together to notate a couple of little events for Monday. Now I love, love, love to cluster stickers together and layer them, and that's what you'll see what I'm doing right here. So I have one half or partial hexagon that helps notate that this is practice, and then I'm going to layer an arrow sticker on top of one of the hexagons to also help notate. So I just really like the way that this all sort of looks together. It's really cohesive and just a super fun thing and a really great way to notate an event, but to make it a little bit more interesting than maybe it would have normally been to just say, oh yeah, hey, there's practice at 6:30 or whatever. Now that's exactly what I'm doing here with my memory planner, keeping things really super detail oriented, the things that are actually going on in our day-to-day lives, and then adding a little bit of photos and a little bit of the story to go along with it. So it's sort of replacing Project Life, but it's kind of the same concept in that it is really getting down to the nitty-gritty of the details of the things that we are doing. I love to combine stickers and stamping. As you can see here, here's a favorite way of mine. I like to use a little sticker that looks like an arrow, like that little coral colored one, and then have it point to an icon stamp, like right there with the basketball. I just, for some reason, really am a huge fan of how that looks, and I have a lot of fun with it, and so you will see that I use that technique a lot in my planning. It's just really fun. It's a different way. It's not just using stamps. It's not just using stickers. I can combine my love of both right there together. Now, as you can see, I like to leave a little bit of room for adding photos and then also for decorative items as well. But really, honestly, at the beginning, my focus is for adding the photos, and then I go back and add any decorative elements after I've added the photos. Now when I pulled that out, I ripped the top corner of the Happy Planner page. It's not a flaw with the planner, it's a flaw with me not even being remotely careful and pulling it out at a weird angle and that kind of thing. And I just wanted to make sure that you weren't sitting there thinking, oh, see those discs, they ripped them. Nope, it's totally just me. Now, I like to change things up, and you have heard me say that before if you have watched any of my videos. I don't like to use the same stickers over and over again. I like to use all kinds of different things so that my weeks are really different and really crazy and just really have a lot of different things to look at. And so that's why you'll see that I use all kinds of different stickers and I use stamps and all that kind of stuff. Now when I'm planning, I like to work from left to right. Sometimes I will have forgotten something and I have to go back and add it, but that's typically how I do it. And then right there you can see where I added that baseball stamp on top of that sticker. That is just one other way that I love to combine stickers and stamps. I don't want to limit myself to either one. I rarely do a week where it's just one or the other, and if I do, it's usually for time or location. Like if I'm planning not at a desk, stamping doesn't work very well if I'm not sitting at a desk. But really, typically, I like to combine both things. I think it's the most interesting. And obviously, as I've mentioned already in this video and pretty much every other video I've ever done, layering the two together, stickers, is my favorite thing right now. So you'll see a lot of that from me. Now I'm pulling out some die cuts from the This Life Noted add-on because I know I have book club on Sunday night and I really wanted to add a book die cut, but unfortunately they're a little bit too big for the space, and so I just instead go with an icon from Sweet Stamp Shop, and it works out perfectly, and it's super cute, and I'm perfectly happy with it, so that's great. So now I'm finished with the nitty-gritty of planning, so I'm going to go and add my photos and my stories to the pocket pages. Now I am just using two 4x6 slots this week. I didn't have a whole lot to add for this particular week because it was kind of light on activities, which is weird, but it is what it is. So I am going to add decorative elements and photos as well. I'm going to use this 4x6 card and add a 3x4 photo to the right side, and then I'm going to take my ruler and a black Flair pen and just add some journaling lines so that I can tell a story on that photo but not have to add a separate card or a specific journaling card. So I'm able to turn a decorative card into exactly what I need with a card and a ruler and a pen. And it's very easy, and it's definitely one of my most favorite techniques in both scrapbooking and in my planner. Now you'll see that I run out of room, and the great thing is that I left room, so I can just add another line with my ruler and my pen, and it's no problem whatsoever. So I'm really excited about how this project works perfectly for me and for my needs. And that's really what I like about using my own custom elements, like a decorative card and my own lines, because then I can add as much or as little journaling as I need to add to my particular card. And then I'm just going to add a sticker and it's set. It's so awesome. I love how it turned out, and yet it's nothing crazy. I'm not adding bulky embellishments to this particular album. My planner is already super thick and I don't want to go crazy. However, for this one particular card, I'm going to add a couple of die cuts and then a piece of thin wood veneer. And all of these are from the Scraptastic Club This Life Noted kit, and I couldn't help myself. The thin wood veneer looks awesome with this particular little set of die cuts on that card, and I just couldn't even help it. I had to add it, but I am definitely trying to keep it as flat as possible because, like I said, the album is already super fat, which is great. I love it. It means I'm really actually working on it and keeping up to date, but I can't have it be too bulky, and I don't want to go into two albums. So using the adhesive with die cuts and using stickers and stamps is really typically the way that I go. But this particular week, adding that one little wood veneer was a must because I love how it looks. So that's where I'm at with that one. Now, as you can see, it's super fun. I really like it a lot, and it's extra awesome as far as I'm concerned. So I'm just going to leave it like that. And I just use a tape runner on my die cuts. You have a lot of options that you can use. You don't have to do that, but that's what I like to do. And it's what I do with my photos and adding them to the pages as well. You can see I have a bunch of 2x2 photos cut out from I print on the Canon selfie printer. I use PicFrame as the app on my iPhone, and I just print those photos. It's super simple. I use my paper trimmer to cut them down to size if I want them to be the exact width of the box or if I want to change the height. But sometimes what I like to do, and what I'm going to do with this particular photo, is I like to use my scissors and cut around the edge of the person, in this case, or an object or whatever in my photo. For some reason, it's super retro to me to like actually cut that out, and I really love the way that it looks. And so in this particular one, it's really funny because look at that. It's just a picture of my son and holding a baseball, and I just love the way that it looks when I get it all trimmed up and it's just him holding the baseball. There's nothing else, and like I said, I think it adds like a retro vibe of like when people used to like cut people out of photos and stuff like that. And I just really am happy with the way that it looks. So I'm going to adhere him down right there, and then I'm going to kind of go to town with adding some alphabet stamps to notate that this is a game ball that he received from his baseball game. And then I'm also going to do a tiny bit of journaling as well. And this is where this project really gets fun for me because I've already captured the nitty-gritty details, like writing, okay, he's got a game at 11 o'clock. And then now I'm going to add like a little detail from that particular game. And this isn't difficult. This isn't a big deal. You would not have to use alphabet stamps if you don't have alphabet stamps. You could just use a pen, as you'll see with a little bit of journaling that I'm doing in a minute. You don't have to do that. You don't have to go crazy. Or you could buy alphabet stickers at your local craft store like a Michael's or a Hobby Lobby or whatever, if you liked the look of it. Or if you're an old scrapbooker and you have alphabet stamps, go for it. Look at that. It's really fun. I'm able to notate what I want to notate for this particular layout, and I love the way that it looks. Again, I'm just using my black VersaFine ink. I love the way that it stamps. It is so easy to use. It's formulated to capture small details, and that's why it's great for planner stamps, and that's why I use it. Now, as you can see, I'm back at it again with the ruler and my black pen, just adding a few little lines to write my journaling right there. And I will be able to, in 3 short little lines, capture the details of that particular photo. And this is just really memory planning for me at its best. Now, I try not to do too much of those specialty photos, so like the one with my son cut out or the ones where I punch them, because I don't want it to look repetitive or redundant. So I do like to also just leave them where they fit in the boxes. And then like right there, I'm just using a little label sticker to add the tiniest bit of journaling to that particular photo. Didn't go crazy. I didn't reinvent the wheel. It's nothing unusual like that other place where I added the game ball information. It's just really standard, and anybody with some planner stickers can do it. Now, because I'm done with the right side, with the photos and the events, I'm just adding a tiny bit of decorative. I added that vellum 5 to notate May, and then now just a couple of stickers just to make it cute. That's it. And that's where this whole project is really super functional, with just the tiniest bit of decoration. And then I consider my planning decorative but functional. So that's where, functional decoration or whatever. But so I just added just the tiniest bit. Now I'm going to use some washi tape to not only reattach that little bit that ripped apart, but also then to reinforce the holes, because this is my memory planner and it is a little bit, I do flip through it a lot, I look at it a lot. I just want to make sure that we're super secure there. Now I do have 3 more photos that I want to include in this particular week. One from an event at school, one from a baseball game, and then one just for some beautiful flowers that I had purchased, peonies of course. And so as you'll see, I'm leaving a couple of them in, well, one of them in its original state, one trimmed up, and then one punched. And it goes exactly with what I was talking about how I like to not make them all crazy, because then that would sort of take away or make it redundant or repetitive, and I definitely don't want to do that. Now, in addition to reinforcing the holes on this page, I'm also going to add just the tiniest bit of journaling as well for these little photos. Sorry, I was not able to think of the word. And that's it. That's super simple. A quick look at my memory planning for this particular week. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope maybe you got a couple of tips or things that you can use in your own memory planning. If you enjoyed it, please leave me a thumbs up. It helps me know that you enjoy my videos, and it also lets YouTube know the types of things that you like to watch. So thank you so much for stopping by, and make it a great day.